just making one small change per day can make a huge difference.
Gosh,
you know?
I wish Eric was here right now.
And
If we could just get him to crack to get rid of the dumplings.
It doesn't have to be drastic.
hey,
Like you say,
Eric is done. I was like proud of him. He's cut some lbs.
He
over
did, and
quarantine.
he's off his diabetes medicine, so
Good for him.
blood pressure medicine. I mean, all that.
he's down to chicken and dumplings twice a week.
It's all in moderation. Moderation, not deprivation.
What does that word mean? I have no clue what that
I try to preach that to my clients.
Wow, bucko.
Man, I feel like when we start, we need to have Maurice come over just like a rough. You ready? You ready?
No, we need the old action. Yeah, that's what we need. We need an old action thing. Okay, I put in a formal request. Logan, according to Maurice, you're the man that gets stuff done around here, so we want the little old school
Clapboard thing.
action.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, but it's got to look like how it looked like in 1960 production Hollywood, okay? Like early days, not the new stuff. We want the old school. We want you to dig deep and hard to find this thing, okay? That went left really quick, really quick. Chad, how you doing, buddy?
Good, man. How about you? Feeling good.
Fucking fantastic, dude.
Happy Monday.
My life is so good, bro. Like, let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all fools something right now, okay? I have one of the best lives in the world. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, I know, like, Mr. Positivity is supposed to say all that, right? But real talk, like, dude, I got a fucking awesome life, dude. Like, I live life to the fucking fullest, right? First of all, as boys, as men, when growing up, we always wanted to play fight all day, right? We wanted to play fight and play action warriors. I get to fight all day long, right? I get to fight. I get to yell at people. I get to tell people off and you know what I mean, ways. I get to uplift people, build people up. I got a fantastic.
Well, you're lucky like that. I don't get to crawl into a rocket ship.
Are you literally killing my story right now?
No, I'm sorry.
Like, dude, I was really up on a mountain, really high, screaming to the world how much I love them, and you're just literally stealing my shine with your negativity. And we are not going to do that negativity today, are we, young lady?
It's the balance. It's the yin and the yang.
Not at all.
Not at all. So anyway, back to my amazing story. Dude, I got a wonderful family. I got a crazy-ass fiance. Shout out to Beth Hope with your crazy behind self. You know what I'm talking about.
She puts up with a lot.
Yes.
She's
She
a
levels
wonderful
me up.
woman.
She's champ of the week every week
Yes, she
in your
is.
house.
She is. My dog. I just, man, I got a good life, man. I'm very blessed and thankful and appreciative of everything that goes on. But I do see that through my lens. I see that my life is amazing. I see that I'm very, very, very blessed. And when we have hard times, I don't let them take over. I honor my feelings, honor those times, and
That's been my morning. Trying to be more like Brandon Hudson.
get in the driver's seat, bucko. We're going for a ride. All right, guys. Welcome to our newest edition of Champ Talk with Brandon Hudson. I am your host, Brandon Hudson. To my far left is
It's Chet still again.
Chet still again.
Damn it.
Damn it. Damn. We got a special guest here today. Would you mind introducing yourself, young lady?
Hello, my name is Jessica Adams.
Jessica Adams. Yes. Where is the...
So we can-
Yes. This episode is brought to you by a bunch of sponsors today. We're gonna do the whole list right now. Big shout out and thank you to Salisbury Coffee, Residential Electric, Maryland Delaware Group of ERA, Brandon Brittingham. Thank you so much. Cafe Italiano.
It's gonna
Yummy.
kill you for that.
I'm fumbling it all, man. I'm sorry.
Long and Foster?
Long Foster, yes. Oh my gosh, Brandon. I'm sorry. Maryland Delaware Group of Long and Foster, not
He's
ERA.
calling right now.
Yeah, Brandon, I'm so sorry. I wrote this all last down. Rose's Cleaning Service, Chesapeake Heating and Air, Chesapeake Chiropractic.
Dr. Mike.
Yes, Dr. Mike. Pohanka, thank you so much. Peninsula Holistics, as of now, they may be changing their name. I got them coming on the show soon. Attorney David Moore and Ardbrack Acres. Guys, thank you so much for all of your continued
Anybody
support.
else on there on that list? Should be.
If there's somebody else on that list,
There needs to be.
SPY Man Fitness,
There needs it. Well, yeah,
the brand.
the brand.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying there should be more people on that list.
Oh, Chet, yeah, you always
There you go.
confuse me.
More
Yes,
sponsors.
more sponsors, more advertisement packages. If you are
Why
interested,
not join our funky little family?
I mean, well, the cool thing is you see that you see the names that I just listed that support us. You know what I mean? They're not. They've got very, very well documented testimony reputations. So that's what we like to align ourselves with. I just don't want to take anybody's money and put anybody out there. You know what I mean? Got a lot of good companies there, a lot of local contributors to the community. So anyway, thank you guys so much. And thank you, Maurice, with the brand. He's got new digs. He's made some upgrades to his place located down here in the Rody Joe's Atrium or the City Center, I think.
This place is beautiful.
It is nice.
It's
I could
amazing.
live in here. I'd throw a bed in here, and it'd be a nice studio apartment.
Yeah,
Literally, studio.
I could see that. It would get a little weird at times, but
It's all right.
I'll bring the marshmallow fluff. Hey, I love making Chet blush. He's such a blushing guy.
I was like, marshmallow stuff. What did you hear?
And you think this guy, like, he used to skateboard.
Used to.
He was in
I was skating
still
yesterday, man.
skateboard. Excuse me, still skateboards. He's bringing the old school back. He was in a band. He gets up and close and personal with us at the gym, and I still can find a way to make you blush. I'm so touched by that, brother. So touched by that.
You can. It's usually taking my back and kissing my ear, but again, it's a whole other episode.
To each his own. Oh man, well guys, thanks for tuning in. This week we have so for the next month, like I talked about, we're gonna have Eric on for about a month. He's trying to figure out a schedule with the school and with COVID and all that stuff going on. So we're gonna have a guest every week. Last week we had Matthew Trader, which I thought was a fire episode. He came on here talking about Trader Entertainment. And this week we have Ms. Jessica Fitness is Fun Adams. So give her another cheer.
Yay!
Yes. For some of you that don't know, so Jessica walked into the other gym that we were working at years ago, and I read people very well. I could see on her face it was like one of those things where like, oh no, I wasn't ready. What am I gonna do? Change, And I actually said, hey, how you doing? And she looked straight down. I was like, man, don't you talk to me. I got a man. And I'm like, I don't. You know what I mean? So it was one of them things. And then quickly we developed quite a bond. I actually considered Jess my power partner in life because she was there for me through some pretty difficult times in my life, vice versa. And I've learned so much from her. She's a personal trainer. She also does a lot of things we'll get into in a minute. But I've learned so many things from her, both training and just personally, and just an all-around great person, man. And then obviously when the split happened, you know what I mean, and we went with Pure Fitness and opened up SBY. It was quite another change for you, and we were all kind of getting used to that, being in such a little mom and pop shop, then going to such a big fitness facility, and with all these fitness enthusiasts and stuff like that. And I think a year and a half, pushing 2 years later, I think we pretty damn good right now.
You're doing great.
So you came over at the same time, which I didn't realize.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So, we had a lot of conversations, and I was like, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. And I'm just saying.
Encouraged. But it was the right decision for everyone.
Absolutely.
So.
Well, I think that the biggest thing was, there was a couple people that came, Jessica Spitzer, or Jessica Jones, Jessica Spitzer, I'm not sure if she's changed her last name yet. Julie Webster, all came over. We were all working at the same gym together, and the biggest thing so the biggest thing for me is I cared about you. I cared about you guys. I connected well with you guys, and I could see the growth. I could see where you were not really getting the opportunity to grow, and not really getting the opportunity to be what you're set out to be. And I just knew that in a place like this, I trusted Nick and Tony over at Pure Fitness. I
Definitely.
did not trust them because of friendship. I trust them solely because of the reputation that they had, and it's worked out wonderful. And then, just come to find out, it was just an avenue and a vessel for you to grow. And I think we've got so much more room to do that.
Oh, definitely. We were a team.
Yeah.
We were a team, all of us, all four of us, a team that needed to continue being a team.
Absolutely.
We are now.
Absolutely. So I could get on and on and on about the things I want to talk about. Why don't you tell us about yourself, what you are, who you are, what you do, and tell us about how it all started.
Well, before I get talking about myself, I want to blow your head up a little bit more than it already is. And
Here we go.
Hold on, I'll wait.
That's really hard, too.
I'll wait.
And I'm going to share a Brandon Hudson story of why I realized he was a champion to me. So this is started working at the other gym. And yes, it was, new. It was a hard change for me because I had come from a gym that I had to like carry a lot of baggage. So you identified it right. Coming into the other gym, it was a new place for me, and so I was like trying to get my feelings there.
Plus one, right?
Plus one.
Scott
yes,
Swartz.
Scott Swartz. He was my mentor.
Rest in peace, Scott. Man, he was a beast.
So I'd been in the gym for years, worked in gym, the atmosphere, but never been around the whole MMA and the fighting. And this is when you were in a training camp for a fight. And I just didn't realize like all the detail and the hard work that goes into preparing for these fights. It's a lot. And it was amazing to me, because not only were you, working hard in the training camp, preparing for this fight, but you're also working hard with your clients, teaching so many different classes, all while you're cutting weight on a restricted calories, it was amazing just to see you do what you were doing, let alone like prepping for a fight.
And he was pleasant the whole time.
That was nice as could be.
There's, we get to the week of fight week and you're kind of like low, but you always had a positive attitude. And this is what really struck me that you were a champ, is that the week, fight week, you're cutting weight, that Thursday there was like so much energy in the gym, all your clients were hyped up, the whole gym was hyped up for this fight. Friday you come in, you're looking depleted and stuff, but you still had like so much energy, because you're getting ready to like do the weigh-in, or whatever. Your fight was on Saturday. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go for that fight. But Monday morning, I'm in the gym training, my clients, and we knew that, you didn't win that week. We were all disappointed, and I didn't know what to expect. I knew the Brandon that was preparing for this fight and hyped up for this fight, and all his clients were hyped up. I didn't know how it was gonna be, the Monday after that you lose.
Got put to sleep.
I say it was the one where you got okay.
But the moment I knew you were a true champion is that you came in that Monday morning and your head was held up just as high as it was that Thursday when everybody was pumped up, and you still had that same work ethic, that same drive, that same positive energy on that Monday morning after you lost. Then, and I was like, wow. To me, that's a true champion. And that led right up into the next fight was your title fight that you won. Yeah. So that's a story that I wanted to share.
And you know who else did that after they lost?
Taylor.
Yep.
Taylor.
I watched him coming.
And that's why. Right there.
Good leadership quality.
Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. If you guys want to frame or trademark that story, come holler at me. Now, it was important for me to set a good example. Of course I was disappointed, but shit, man, it was just a cage fight. You know what I mean? We get to do that. And that's kind of like the sprinkle and ice cream, but it was more important for the people, and so far so good. So thank you. All right, enough about pumping Brandon up. Let's pump Jessica up. Yes.
So as I said before, I'm Jessica Adams. I'm a personal trainer at Pure Fitness. Woohoo! That's our we refer to the other gym, but Pure Fitness.
600 Wright Avenue.
Pure Family Fitness. It's a hero. Gonna take obesity down to 0.
Oh, yeah. I like it.
That was honestly, Brandon, that was everything where God really had a good plan for all of us. That, unfortunate how situations happen, but it was like the right call for all of us. Yeah. And, like we mentioned before, Jess Spitzer and Julie, they came along with us for the ride, and they're like, really, we've taken off, and like, just, we were limited to a small, gym, but now, we have so many people that we get to touch on a daily basis, and that's what's amazing thing. But
feels like sky's the limit, really, to be with the opportunity and where we can go. One of the things I want to talk about later is what you just told me. We're walking in, what's going on. We just started, so it's good, great. So
the key word in there too, opportunity.
Oh my gosh,
for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. And it's good vibes. It's like us. We come from out of the gym and we would build each other up, keep each other on. And I love the other trainers that were there as well.
But you sees that opportunity.
One.
That's where I was going with that.
One of them I don't like very much at all. And you know who I'm talking about. That one trainer. You know what I mean? But anyway,
little leap of faith, but you took you took advantage of an opportunity.
We
But,
did. We all did,
good. Yeah.
and it makes the environment here. So so you walked into that gym with all that baggage, and what was that like that day?
Well, let me back up
Back it
and
up.
rewind and explain my history.
Sure.
So, prior to being a trainer, where I got most of my passion for encouraging others to lead a healthy, active lifestyle is I worked in healthcare for almost a decade, and it was there that I saw firsthand how obesity-related diseases are just really plaguing this country, and especially the Delmarva Peninsula, and that healthcare, it is kind of sick care in this country. And that prevention really is the best medicine. And unfortunately, in healthcare, they don't have the time to spend with patients and encourage them to make the changes that they need. We're living in a society now that they want, a quick fix. Hey, give me that pill to fix what's going on. But really, it just kind of masks your symptoms or puts a Band-Aid on the problem, and it doesn't get to the heart of what's really going on. And you need to, make some changes in your lifestyle. It's a daily decision that you have to make. If it was just a one-time decision that you had to make, like, oh, I want to be healthy, I want to be, well, then, hey, there'd be a lot more healthy people in this world. But unfortunately, you have to make that decision not only every single day, but several times throughout the day. You make that decision when you wake up. Am I going to get up on time so I can have a balanced breakfast before I go to work? Or am I going to skip work or skip breakfast, get to work, and then by the time, you get hungry, you're so hungry, you're hangry, and then you make, poor decisions, like eating decisions, and that carries on throughout the rest of the day. Or every decision that you make to put something in your body, are you going to have, soda to hydrate you, or are you going to drink water? I mean, so that's a decision you have to make constantly.
Well, I like what you said. Well, it hit me when you said we would be more healthy people in this world. More just healthy people in this country. I saw an ingredients label with United States
versus other countries
versus United Kingdom's Heinz ketchup, and complete apples and oranges, dude. It's so crazy as to what you see in this country and what they're doing.
It goes higher than our individual preferences. It goes into food manufacturing and big pharma and a lot of people that are making a lot of money off of people.
Our unhealthiness.
Yes, exactly.
Well, even within industries where you're talking about healthy foods, it's still a commission that somebody's making money. So no, milk is the best thing. No, this is the best thing. Eggs are the best thing.
Well, we can go down that.
I know. I'm saying that's just as she's saying. This is part of
Yeah.
the bigger picture, the bigger problem.
So you said you witnessed firsthand obesity while you were in healthcare. What was like the turning point for you that made you really say, you know what? Fuck this, I'm out of here. I'm going to do something to make a bigger difference. Was there like one isolated incident, or?
It was several. So after 10 years, I worked for a retina specialist, Atlantic Retina Center, Dr. Swartz. Woohoo, he's a great guy.
Just went there.
But we
Sponsor.
but we most of our patients were diabetics. About half of the patients that we saw were diabetics, and after years of having diabetes, you can develop diabetic retinopathy, which can cause blindness. And so after years of watching a lot of people go blind from diabetes, that really does something to your psyche, your soul. You watch someone who has, a life, a family, a job, and then when it kind of diabetic retinopathy, when it kind of hits you, it can kind of like come onset like really quickly, so you can kind of start losing vision pretty fast. So it is hard to watch people, they go from being able to see to going blind. And I was like, wow, after years of seeing this and like talking to people and getting to know their lifestyle, the choices that they make, and seeing that, hey, maybe if I had gotten to them 10 years ago, maybe if I had talked to them 5-6 years ago and try to encourage them to make these changes and their health, and and their eating choices, maybe they wouldn't be going blind now. And just spending a lot of time talking to people with nutrition and seeing that like their primary care physician doesn't really have that time to like spend to talk about making those changes and saying like, hey, I'm kind of good at this, encouraging people, and just taking like the background that I had. And
what was that
saying-
background? Were you already into fitness at that point?
When I was younger, I had I went to SU when I had a biology background, and then I went and I started working in healthcare, and then my dad passed away. I was pretty active before he had passed away. He actually died of a heart attack, and I was what you would call it like a cardio bunny or cardio queen. We did like marathons together, me and my dad, and he had a massive heart attack. And so just after losing him, I kind of became an emotional eater. I stopped working out. And so I actually put some weight on myself. And, you know, a small frame, I'm what you call fun sized. So I'm short. I'm almost like close to being a midget. But when you put weight on that small frame, I was starting to have health problems. So trying to take that off. And I started lifting weights and working out and seeing like, hey, this is really, I made it fun. I try to shift that mindset. A lot of people had that mindset like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym. But for me, it was an outlet. It was fun. I tried it. It was like a social atmosphere.
Fitness is fun.
Fitness is fun. And so making that change, it not only changed me physically, but it changed me, as far as like my mental health and my emotional health. And, it kind of gives you confidence. And so I was like, hey, I really want to, I started encouraging others around me to make that change in the patients and stuff. And so that's when I decided to go ahead and take the personal training class, and that's where I met Scott Schwartz. He was my the teacher, and then after that he was like, hey, because I had been in the gym lifting for a while and like research. I'm one of those, like, if I'm interested about it, I become obsessed and just like read and want to learn everything. And so by the time I had taken that class, I had known a lot. And so he was like, hey, you would probably be really good at this. You want to work for me? And I was like, and even though I took the test, it wasn't necessarily a job that I wanted to have. I just wanted it for my own information. But he was the one that encouraged me, like, hey, you would be good at this. Come work for me. And so +1, that's, it was his small little personal training gym. And that was where I was able to like come into my own, because it was a small gym, and then develop and get my own like clientele. And then unfortunately he passed away. And that was the hard situation. And that's why I carried a lot of baggage from that gym coming into the other gym, because that was hard, losing a mentor and then, losing that gym, and so then coming to the other gym, it was like perfect timing to, meet you and you encouraging me like, hey, you've got a gift. Let's take this and, keep your head up high, and showed me what a real champ is.
Well, it's funny. First of all, props to Scott, man. And I had trained with him many, many years ago, coming there for a few sessions and stuff, me and my buddy. And, he's a fun guy, man. He was really fun. Very knew his shit, knew a lot. Yeah. But props to him for passing his legacy on to you. You know what I mean? I know his daughters. I know his daughter's in the training too, and I think she does a little bit of stand-up training. Mm-hmm. And but just to, I think that's like all of every coach's dream is, to pass on knowledge that they're going to take and pass on and keep that legacy alive. You know what I mean? Which is pretty cool. And then you come over there, and I remember it took a little bit, for you to warm up a little bit to me and warm up to the place. But then, I kind of had like my own everything over there. I mean, I don't know why they gave me so much freedom over there, but I'd be in the gym. It was about a 5,000 square foot downstairs floor, and I mean, I'd be in there and I'd be screaming
so
like,
loud.
"Oh, yeah!" And I mean, I just would just. I really found myself as a trainer because I had come home and I had never done it before and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, 6 months later, Jess is running around, fitness is fun, and she's like jumping, doing cartwheels and yelling at everybody. And I mean, we just really like took off in that aspect, and a couple of the trainers that also jumped into that, and we
needed
all
a bigger place just for the volume.
Oh, it was so bad, dude. I could never get away with what I was doing.
I'm not gonna lie, the MMA fighters, they work really hard, but they also stink.
It wasn't me. I did not stink.
I remember walking into that hot box up there.
Some of them Vikings, oh boy, they
really bad.
I swear they're scared of showers. I think they think alligators are in the showers, but no, it was cool because I would never get away with the shit I used to pull over there
No,
where I'm at
no,
now.
not at all.
I would say such. I couldn't even believe I had clients and a following and stuff like that. But yeah, it was cool. So we're over at the other gym. We're training. We're doing our thing. And you really had a niche market of people that you just attracted to. First of all, are you still doing with the shakes? Do we mention that or not?
Yes.
Still doing Herbalife, right?
Yes. So
so that's another thing you
Pure
reviewed.
Fitness. We have a wonderful line of shakes. A lot of people, they fail to meet their protein needs and requirements throughout the day. That is one thing that I've learned in working with nutrition. It's not that you need a high protein diet or all protein. You need to make sure you get the protein for your body. And so a lot of people fail to meet that requirement. So, a nice tasty shake.
Yeah.
So you can come to Pure Fitness and check out lots of good tasty variety.
Yeah, so you have the herbal. You've been in Herbalife since I've met you, and you've done very well with that. And that was kind of like your thing going into it. But that kind of led into like your niche market of clientele, and with the people that you had in over there. I think it's very fascinating, and interesting because you really attracted the people that like had never worked out before.
That is my niche market. Like I said, in healthcare, I just watched a lot of people, with their pre-existing health conditions that they could have, made some changes throughout their life, and not huge things. People think like, in order to do this, I'm going to have to do all this stuff. Just making one small change per day can make a huge difference.
Gosh, I wish Eric was here right now.
And
If we could just get him to crack to get rid of the dumplings.
It doesn't have to be drastic. Like
Hey,
you say, if
Eric is done. I was like proud of him. He's cut some lbs.
He
over
did, and he's
quarantine.
off his diabetes medicine, so
Good for
blood
him.
pressure medicine. I mean, all that.
he's down
so.
to chicken and dumplings twice a week.
Yeah.
It's all in moderation. Moderation, not deprivation.
What does that word mean? I have no clue what
That's
that
why
word
I try to preach that to my clients. It's moderation, So
So you have the people that come in that have never seen a
never
gym,
seen a gym.
never
that are,
wanted to
they're
work out.
intimidated by the atmosphere.
Did you hear that?
I did.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that, dude. Oh my gosh. If you guys want to hear what I just said, rewind it and go back. But it was super inappropriate. I don't know where it come from. You didn't hear that, did you?
No.
Thank God.
I'm too busy talking about
Workout,
the niche
workout. I know. I'm
market
trying to listen to you,
that
but
I
he's-
want to encourage. If you're sitting on your couch and you don't think that you can, make some changes, you don't think you can move, it's about the baby steps and meeting someone at the level that they're at,
And I have firsthand witnessed such a well. First of all, that is one side of it, and your support that you give them and follow-ups and accountability and all the things that are really important when you have a coach or a trainer or something like that is super important. And there's a lot of trainers that don't do that. They just they're there for the buck, or they're maybe not in a headspace where they love it anyway, burned out. But I have firsthand witnessed you transform people's lives. Like, that's so amazing to see.
That's what it's all about.
What you do, yeah.
Well, you talk about training. Before I got into this field, I had no idea how difficult it is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've done other jobs in healthcare, that's different, but training it takes a lot, because you have to invest yourself into that person, and you have to believe in them more than they believe in themselves.
Yes, you do.
And so you do pour a lot into someone, but it is very rewarding, because in healthcare, I just watched a lot of people go downhill, and now I get to see the more frequently they come to see me, the better they are. Whereas in healthcare, the more frequently you go, the worse you are.
Yeah.
And so, it is a magical thing to watch someone transform. And not only the whole thing, it's like, I think I said this before, it's not even a physical transformation, that mental, emotional transformation that occurs. You build more confidence in yourself, and that, you start making better decisions, and you become more disciplined. That, I feel like that mental change is what is the best.
The
The
physical
most-
has a lot to do with it too. Just Friday, personally, Friday, terrible afternoon. It'd be really easy to not pass by all the bad fast food and stop and just get a chicken sandwich and go home and mope on the sofa. But I was like, no, I'm going to go jiu-jitsu tonight.
Look at that.
I need to do that.
Which,
and it takes about 4 seconds to switch that. And it was like, it made a really shitty afternoon a lot better, and kind of set my mind for the next for the next day. But then also when you're talking about the nutrition part of it, there's a lot of chemical stuff going on
Definitely.
too. So if you can combine that physical with some of the stuff that's going on inside, and not just talking about, the overall losing weight, but some of the other chemical things that happen, it affects your psyche, it affects your mind.
Exactly.
I mean, 100% it does. So it's a great combination of
people don't
what you're doing.
realize how bad they really feel every day
Yes.
until they start making positive changes and start feeling better and have more energy, and they're like, wow, they don't realize.
And I went through
like,
that.
how
I went through
bad-
that valley and peak myself because, I'd be all healthy for these fights, and I'd be all healthy for camp, and then I'd be healthy for just the periods of just training, and then all of a sudden, I would, holidays would come in or summertime would come in, and I'd slip back into these bad eating habits. I'm like, why am I so tired? Why am I so lethargic? Why am I mad at everybody?
Yeah,
right?
why don't I want to work out?
Yeah,
'cause
well,
of stuff you're putting in.
Yeah, which I'm having an aha moment right now. That's probably why I'm so fucking tired right now. I've been eating
What'd
so
you
much
do this weekend?
I keep going. I keep weekend warrior it, man. Like I'm like good all week, and then I
had
go
that,
into warrior. And I'm like,
on Monday morning, you're like, because I enjoy myself on Sunday. That's my
Sunday fun day next Monday.
guys, which I do want to say this, Chet. I always rag you all the time, but dude, you are looking pretty fit.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, your
Good for
jiu-jitsu is
you.
getting better. You are looking good, man. I'm very proud of you, brother.
Well, thank you guys. I mean,
So are you a
You're welcome.
transformation too?
Hey, you're welcome. Okay.
thank you.
You don't fucking mess. Don't you forget. You're welcome.
I'll remember that
I'm very
next time.
proud of you, but I'm proud of me more for getting you to where you're at. Okay.
That's Brandon. He always encourages, and he'll give you your little pride moment, but then he'll quickly but I got you.
But
This ain't champ talk with no motherfucking body else. All right, it's champ talk with Brandon Hudson. Nah, I kid. I try to make it fun, but yeah, man, I'm very proud
But
of you.
it
brother.
is fun. That's the thing. It's the culture.
It's mindset. It's the mindset. And that's where a lot of people, they're like, I don't want to work out. They have that negative mindset. Well, you need to switch that. And I can't wait to get to the gym. I can't wait to, see my friends or see this, my coach or whatever, having that mindset.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to come back to the kind of when we, when I left the other gym and, that transitional period and then lead up to where we're at now and all that good stuff. So we're going to break it up. We're going to break it up with our latest segment, which I'm hearing some pretty good feedback about Champion of the Week, man. People are starting to like that.
Starting to catch on?
Yeah,
nice.
now they immediately stop viewing once that's over, but I think the buildup is there, so we got you for 31 minutes today, motherfuckers. Champ of the Week,
And one of the
man.
best things about the show is you get to be yourself.
Yes, I really do. I enjoy it so much. Champ of the Week, all right? So for some reason, even though we've been yelled at by Maurice, don't tell him he's sitting right there. And even though we're working on getting better, we still pretty much suck at this pre-planning thing. We're getting better as we go, but we're not the greatest. So of course I'm messaging Jess this morning about who's the champ of the week, and I said, "You think about it?" And I knew she didn't hear me because she just walked right by me when she was on. Jess is a very type A person. When she's on a mission, she's like, "I ain't got time for you." Yes, I'll do that. I'll see you later. Shut up. You know what I mean? I don't care about your barbecue, right?
Yeah, text me.
So I said, have you thought about the champ of the week? And she's like, what's that again? And I'm like, and then it immediately hit me. How could it not be Chadwick Boseman? Wakanda forever, man. He passed this past weekend very suddenly. For those of you who don't know, he's the lead actor for Black Panther.
But a battle for 4 years.
Battling for 4 years.
Cancer.
Done way more movies than, great movies than just Black Panther. But, clearly that was his huge breakout role. And so now you're getting flooded with Facebook and you're seeing all the things. And a couple things that really moved me about him. First of all, Black Panther was fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a big
movie.
Marvel fan. I love it all. And they actually had one of the videos where in the Infinity Wars, they did a little clip and they showed, Captain in that battle scene, the big battle scene where nobody knows what the fuck's going to happen. And Captain America's been beat up by Thanos. He's looking at him on his last leg. And then all of a sudden, Samuel L. says, "To your left." And you got the little portal opens up. And who is it? You know what I mean? I'm getting goosebumps talking about this shit. Of course, it's, Black Panther comes through. And it just hit a little different on that scene, knowing what happened. But what, obviously he was awesome, and he was a great person, and great at movies. But what he really did for the black community, being the first real true black breakout Marvel hero, man, it just
he's a real life superhero
Oh,
to a
yeah.
lot of people, a lot of younger kids, and he took that very, very seriously.
Oh yeah,
Very
absolutely.
serious.
It's just, to me, it's amazing. You know what I mean? It's not amazing. It's somewhat sad and pathetic that it has to be that. But let's talk about the positive. It's so amazing. What a movement like putting Chadwick, as a leading actor and giving so many black kids a feeling of hope, and because forever the narrative was a white superhero, right. And I don't go too far down in that wormhole, you know what I mean, as far as like, I always say wormhole, as far as like, we all know that times is changing, and we need different examples. It's hard for me because I told y'all I've always wanted to be Will Smith as a kid, and I still want to be Will Smith as an adult. So, it was always a black guy that was my superhero in me. But for kids that from the black community and never got to see a superhero portrayed as the same skin color, it was amazing, all the videos I watched over the weekend about how much excitement and appreciation that they had for him and what he did, and
which also did a lot for other actors too.
Oh, absolutely. It opened the door.
For Hollywood in general.
Absolutely, opened the door. So that was one of the reasons why I felt like he deserved to be champ of the week. The other thing is the fact that he told nobody about his cancer, and he battled cancer. I actually saw somewhere where they were kind of criticizing him on his weight, a little bit when he was looking, and making jokes and memes about his weight. And I'm like, bet you fuckers feel stupid now, because like this guy was like literally battling one of the worst cancers ever, and he still showed up tired, went to work, and I feel like he knew that. First of all, I don't think he wanted to be the person of discussion about something like that. I think he wanted to be known for what he's accomplished, but just the fact, I think that if anybody knew he had cancer, probably could have shaped and changed this career differently. So,
True.
What a soldier, what a champion in that aspect alone.
But the roles that he's played too. I mean, Jackie Robinson,
Yeah.
James Brown,
Yeah.
Thurgood Marshall. So clearly it's about acting, but at the same time, history and those pieces of maybe history that are not always shown the way they should be.
Correct.
In its reality.
Always, you mean never shown the way it should be.
These are important roles.
Yes.
Those are really important roles. I think was the last Spike Lee thing that he did, Five Bloods or something, whatever it was. So yeah, a lot of roles too. He started out. He wrote and directed staged a play when he was a junior in high school about a teammate being shot, about a shooting death from his basketball team, and that's where he gravitated towards acting, directing. He actually went to school, Howard University, had Felicia Rashad as mentor.
Wow.
So yeah.
Well, that's
pretty deep with that guy.
That's our champ of the week, man. I think he certainly deserves all of the props and credibility. I saw another meme that showed him bowing down to. I shared it, showing him bowing down to Stan Lee, and Stan Lee's like, "Get up, kid," and he's like, oh man, I'm like start crying right now, fucking here, dude. I'm about to just start tearing up, dude. Gee, I cried like a baby Friday night, bro, over some shit. Damn, that shit hit me hard. Just so different on camera. I'm sorry, Mom. No, he said, I'm serious, bro. I'm tearing up. He said, was I the best Panther, or was I a good Black Panther? And he said you were the best kid. And oh man, just hits you so hard in the feels, man, when you go thinking about if you're a comic book fan and just all the above. So, rest in peace, or rest in power, Chadwick Boseman, man. You were really an awesome hero, and so many things that you did that just really sets an example that people should want to live by. You know what I mean? In so many ways. So that's our champ of the week, guys. Let us know your favorite Chadwick movie moment. You know what I mean? Maybe a clip or whatever. Tell us what's up, man. We'd love to hear it, and give us your thoughts, people, on your champ of the weeks. I know you're all watching. I know all 5 of you are continuing to watch. I haven't heard anything from you all, so let us know what you guys think.
I think there's 6 people this past week.
6. Well, yeah. Jessica's here, so now we got 16.
Okay, so sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
But
let us know. There's other champs of the week.
Yes. Let us know. So back to the story. So we're gonna fast forward a little bit. You have this prominent Shakeologist along with personal trainer. You're vibing really well. You finally found somewhere you're happy and you feel good and you got a good team around you and it's all good vibes. And then boom, I gets let go. I gets let go and shakes up the whole natural order of things.
There's some phone calls you receive in your life that you probably never forget, and that was one of them. I was actually, so prior to Pure, the owners Nick and Tony, it was Powerhouse, and that's where I started my journey, was at Powerhouse. I actually trained with a trainer, Melanie Maloney.
Oh, she's awesome too.
She's awesome.
I love her
She's
to death.
like Spitfire in her 60s. So I'd been working out there for years, and that's where I was working out when you called to tell me that you had been let go. And so, I mean, it didn't take long to make that decision, because you had already been like manifesting that we weren't, I was coming into my own there and I was starting to feel, you good and have my clients there, but it was never really home. I never settled in and was like, this is where.
So when he called you, he's like, I'm out of there. Come on, let's go.
Well, he told me the story and I was just like, shocking and stuff. But then,
so to sum it up in a nutshell with that story, and I never bashed him. I never went on to bash him. I never disagreed with his decision, right? I completely understood his decision. What I disagreed with was how he treated me like a second-class citizen and how he acted towards me. So that'll never be forgiven in there, no need. But, and then I find out all the other things about his, personality and reputation and stuff like that. But to give you a backstory, I had won the title. And we were starting to get some people to come, and we were dancing around little fitness rooms trying to get the class going. We didn't really have the setup upstairs, so in that meantime, leading up to that, the owner of the gym was, hemming and hawing every day, and kicking the can, and we were having some issues. I think they might have been having some financial issues and membership issues. Pure Fitness was, knocking on the door, about to open up, and he had asked all of us, individually leading up to that, if we wanted to buy his business. You know what I mean? He'd asked like a handful of us, and I didn't think there was a possibility. I was like, I don't have $120,000 laying around. I don't know about this. So then after the title and stuff, I started seeing like, look, we need to grow. We need to make this happen.
You've been manifesting it for a while.
I have.
He didn't know where it was going to be. He didn't know what was going on, but he knew that we were built for something else.
Yeah. So I went to him. The man has been in business for a long time. He's ran a gym for a long time. So I went to him and I said, what's going on? What's going on with the gym? Oh, I don't know. I might sell it. My lease is up in a year. I might keep it. We might move. I said, well, you got all of us trainers on pins and needles about what's going on. I said, so I want to tell you something and confess to you. I've been working on my business plan. I said, I want to buy the business from you. I want to take you up on your offer. I said, I want to keep you here. Let's buy the business. We'll move out of this place. We'll get a place where we got a great team, great staff. You know what I mean? I kind of was the guy keeping all the trainers happy there at the time. Hey, don't worry, it's going to be good. And, pumping everybody up, which he never saw that, right? He never was even hip to that. But a lot of people were ready to leave long before all that happened. And he was all on board. He was like, all right, get your business plan done. We'll talk, blah, blah, blah. So about another month goes by. He asked me, how's the business plan coming? I said, well, man, I'm about 50% done with it. Here's some ideas. I think, we can get you your own like area and section for your, elderly clientele. We'll get, they'll get this going and we'll have music pumping. And you can help me run the business and make mistakes. And, we'll get you out of the overhead. You're spending all this money. Yeah. He was all receptive to it. This was on fucking Thursday, dude. I go in Monday and do class, and he sticks around for some reason at the end. I'm like, what am I going to get yelled at now for, right? I go in there, and he's like, Brandon, you're starting a business. You're talking to my people, and, the same look you're giving me, Chet. The same look you're giving me, I gave him. He said, I don't want you. I said, dude, are you having a bipolar moment right now? I said, we were literally planning this and talking about it. No. I said, so we're supposed to sit around on pins and needles while you're trying to figure out what you're going to do. I'm working on a plan. He stopped me in my chase. I don't want to hear what you got to say. You're a good guy. Get your shit and get out. And I'm like,
All right.
Like, and I mean, of course, I had about $4,000 or $5,000 to my name with my bills due right then. You know, all I had were these little mats and like a couple dumb bags, and it was just like one of them things where it was like I took that walk of shame out, bro. Like, you know, fuck, you know, I was wanting to do this, and now I'm like am I really who I thought I was? And you know, and I go back home, and my woman, boy, she heard me out. You know what I mean? And she listened, and then she said, you know, almost verbatim. She said, level your ass up, shut the fuck up. You're Brandon Hudson. You know what I mean? What are you worried about? And it just, man, there's words I'll never forget. They just tell me, you know, and all of a sudden the Rocky comeback move, you know. So I started moving and stuff like that, and then, you know, and you know, I'm very forever thankful of the opportunity he gave me. Very forever thankful of that place. I never bashed him.
Stepping stone.
Even when he didn't want to pay me my money, I never bashed him and, you know, talked bad about him. But yeah, that place, it was a good thing that we did because we have. So anyway, that happens. And I'm over at Pure, and you decide to come, and we all get over there, and it was a little rocky at first, wasn't it? As far as like for us internally, like it was such an adjustment period.
I think you went through that adjustment a little bit more through because of the Powerhouse.
Oh, I did.
I
did.
I had stayed, and I didn't move my clientele until Pure opened.
Good point, yeah.
So you were kind of going through that adjustment. By the time Pure had opened, I was so excited to be in Pure that I didn't even carry baggage from the other gym.
Yeah.
That I was like, I knew that was my final destination. Like third time's a charm. That was my third gym. That's where, I mean, good Lord willing, that's, you know, where I'm, you know, going to finish my training career. So that's
it was funny because I remember you would call me and you'd be like, I just wish we could all move together. I'm like, it's not going to happen. Make a decision. But it did work out. And I did, man. I had a very struggling transition because, you know, I got similar clientele base as you. You know, I got a lot of soccer moms and grandmothers that you know, connect with me. And you know, I had a lot of women that were just, you know, kind of like endured life and somewhat beat down and, you know, gained weight and we used to be athletes and all that stuff. And, you know, we really vibe with our stories. So us going to Powerhouse, you know, was a huge, like, ugh. Plus, you know, I could feel like the little clickies, like, who's this douchebag? You know, he's kicking the bag in the back. What, you know, must be another one of those guys.
It was a smaller,
This
you know,
knucklehead coming in
smaller
here.
space.
Smaller
too.
space. And
Pure
then I was
is
in
completely,
oh yeah,
you know, it's a great vibe in Pure now.
and I was in running my little class in this little like 3-month, transitional period. At the back sweat room, right after everybody got done, and you know, it did not fit at all, and nobody really knew what happened. And then we moved over to Pure, and it was still a little bit of adjustment, but it was like I felt like we all started fresh. So I was like, you know, I didn't feel like such a burden. I feel like I kind of got my own identity. And then
and your own space. You needed your own space.
Did
you
I,
know,
man?
the
Did
fighters
I?
need their own space.
We did our own space, our own lockers.
And they no longer stink up the gym
No
because they
long-
had their own space.
We don't. Now it's the stinky people that stink up the gym,
Yeah.
which they should.
And there's showers there. So.
But yeah, I mean, it's been a huge blessing at Pure Fitness, man.
That's great.
You know, and I'm going to throw this little, what's it called? You know, when people throw in little things to promote themselves. Shameless plug. I'm going to throw in this little shameless plug real quick. But if you guys have not checked out Pure Fitness, you know, you really do need to.
Come check it out.
Yep,
Best gym on the Eastern Shore.
It's located right behind the Civic Center. I'm surprised that there's still people in Salisbury that have not heard of it, you know, which is cool. Is cool.
I know, they're like, where? It's like Glen Avenue?
Yeah.
Where on Glen?
It's like
It's a
huge. You
big
can't
building with a
miss
big
it.
sign. I don't know. How did you not see that?
That it is, and it's huge, and I feel there's a place for everybody. I feel like it's a little intimidating.
There is. It is a place for everyone.
And you just got your own space.
Yes. I
Yes.
know. I'm so
Shout out to
excited
Nick
about
and
that.
Tony, man.
I
They're
know
the
they're
real-
great. They
the
are
real
really
MVPs. Maybe they'll be champ of the week sometimes for a sponsorship. But tell us some other things you're doing. So right now you are currently teaching over at SU as well.
Yeah, so I get to be an adjunct at SU too for their lifelong fitness and wellness. I'm really excited about that because, you know, like we're talking about, my niche clientele is, you know, people that have, you know, hit middle-aged and they've got that middle-aged spread and they realize, you know, that they need to make some changes. But, you know, getting to spread the message and, you know, show my passion to like the younger kids that like, hey, you know, if you've seen what I've seen over the years, you know, you just make these changes now. You know, you can incorporate these like small little, you know, daily habits into your life now. You won't have to, you know, get to that point where you're like wake up 40, you know, and you're like, okay, my blood pressure's high. I need to make some changes. You know, it's easier to do it now. So, but you're transforming, so that's
Yes,
good.
you are, Chet. You're transforming.
I've
So,
been
yeah, I'm
transforming
really-
for 51 years.
You're blossoming right into the beautiful swan that we always knew you were.
But yeah,
Yes, that's
I'm
cool.
excited to be at SU. And, you know, despite all the circumstances that we're having to go through during these times, Salisbury University is doing like a great job of like doing preventing and, you know, preparing for, you know, all this stuff. So I'm excited that we started school today.
That's wonderful. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. Yeah, you actually had me over there one day, and
Yeah.
it's funny because like all these people are taking a gym class in college, but man, they did not want to do anything. Like, oh my god, my fingernails just got done. I'm like, what the fuck does that got to do with anything? Yeah, but,
Yeah, the young,
This
other
hurts.
youth,
I'm
it
so
is-
tired. You're-
It is.
Oh, my
hard.
knees.
19? You're 19?
my
Come on.
knees.
I know. I do tease them. I teach a senior boot camp class
Mm-hmm.
at Pure Fitness, and I tease the college kids like, "Hey, I got 60-year-old ladies that move better than you. Come on now, let's
That's
make
so
some
funny.
changes." So
I love that everybody's like, "Gosh, Jessica's so nice," but when I train with her, she just destroys me. and then you're not. You push them at the right way that they need to be pushed. And I mean, it's really worked out very well. I'm so happy to see you in that gym and get to. I wish we got the interaction and to get to talk like we used to as much. But
yeah, we don't see each
you're
other.
100
but
miles an hour. I'm 100 miles an hour.
Everybody
It's-
else, like we're all in passing.
Yeah.
You know, we've got our stuff going on, which is good.
Yeah, which I'm
This is
excited
like-
for the Christmas party this year. I think we didn't get one last year, but I'm hoping that Nick and Tony.
They had one. They had a.
Wow, yeah. Fuck Nick Taganpour, that little son of a bitch.
Hey, we were just praising them.
He's my best. He's my best friend, so I'm allowed to say
How'd
these
that go
things.
down like that?
He told me the day of. He's like, "Yeah, by the way, today we're having a Christmas party." I'm like, "Am I not important here?" Like, yeah, come on over there. I'm like, "I'm not going." No, I couldn't make it anyway. But shout out to Nick. He knows I'm kidding. He's an interesting fella. But yeah, they're. I mean, I think they're gonna. I think it was kind of like an impromptu type of thing because of with the new move and everything. But I'm really looking forward because I heard their Christmas parties are quite tasty.
Oh, okay.
Quite tasty. So, yeah, it's really a benefit. And so guys, look, if you guys are in need of a change in your life, okay,
You can do it.
You
You
can.
can make the change.
You certainly
Just
can.
need
You
a
know what I
good
mean?
coach.
It's the fear factor that we've talked about. We as humans, we act out of two emotions. We act out of love, and we act out of fear. And if you really, really sit and break that down and analyze what that means that means basically you're either acting out of good faith and you want to spread the love and help, or you're acting out of fear, which can result into anger, which can result into frustration, which so many things that we can go down.
Do it
that.
scared.
Yes, but at the end of the day, man, I tell my clients all the time, there's a coward that lives in all of our minds, right? We all have this coward that lives in our minds, and that coward comes out when things get too hard, or things ain't going my way, or when we start making these excuses, or even more important, when we're working out, we don't think we think our arms are gonna fall off, or I'm gonna die. And I promise you, your bodies are even stronger than your minds. You just don't realize that. And if you shut that coward up and just say, let me get to the next mailbox.
I do
while I'm
that.
running."
People look at me funny. They're like, "Who's he talking to?"
You talk out loud, Chet.
I know.
You got to start keeping in your thoughts in your head. You talk out loud. It's so weird. And then you answer yourself, which is even weirder. And I'm like,
This is
who in
coming
the
from
fuck
Brandon,
is
right?
he talking? But if you could just shut that coward out in your mind, because we all have them, even people that, even some of the greatest people and greatest athletes have that self-doubt creep in and want to just kind of change. Just do it anyway. But I obviously will always take clients and stuff like that, but we're not here to promote me. We are promoting Jessica Adams. She is located at Pure Fitness. You can sign up with her through Pure Fitness, right?
Pure Fitness.
You could actually request her. Maybe you guys can figure out the right schedule and stuff like that. And I promise you, man, you will not make a mistake, especially if you've never been in a gym or if you've never worked out before. If there was anybody I'd recommend over me, it would be her. And it's just because first of all the trainers there are way smarter than me anyway, and they're way better than I am. But she really is. She's very educated on the education, or on the body, the science of nutrition, just all around. She truly cares. And I've been very, very thankful and blessed to get to meet you, and you helped me with a lot of things that I've been through and stuff like that. I mean that sincerely, not for the show.
Oh, thank you.
I think you're just a wonderful human being. I think
You too.
you're so phenomenal, and I think you have so many great qualities, and I'm so excited and so proud to see that true growth that we talked about really start to come into its own, because you've really taken the ball and ran with it, and I knew you would, and just very proud of you, man. So message her, guys, or anything you want to leave with us, some contact info, not your phone number. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to say too, I think you'd be the perfect person for somebody that is hesitant, or maybe was just afraid to take that next step,
Yeah.
or make that phone call, or visit a website, especially with your background and some of the things you've specialized in, that there is somebody out there like you,
I'll meet you where you're
that
at.
can help them.
And not only that, a lot of people live with chronic pain, just because they haven't been, mobile. They kind of sit, they're sedentary all day long. And so when they do, get up and move around, they experience that pain. Well, that is one of the things that I like to specialize in, is helping people work through that chronic pain, different fascial avenues that I can help, work that. So then, you are kind of eliminating that chronic pain in your life by moving more. So, even if you think that you're limited, we can always work around it. So you can email me at jessadams@purefamilyfitness.com.
It's right here at the bottom, right? It's right here. See this? The information bar? That's where it's at? No? Yes? No. All right. Well, that was...
Thanks for having me.
Yes. That
Thank
was
you.
wonderful.
Great opportunity.
Oh, it was great, man. Yeah, guys, if you want to email her, if you want to contact Pure Fitness on their webpage, or just stop by, come get a tour, come check it out, man.
That's where it's
It
at.
is the place to be. But man, thank you so much for coming on our show and spreading
for
your good
having me.
vibes. Yep. Guys, that is another episode of Champ Talk with Brandon Hudson. This episode was brought to you by SBY MMA and Fitness. We're at the Brands Come Through Podcast Bar. You guys want to get your own podcast, man? It's the place to do it. They're pretty smart. They do things good,
And it's beautiful.
It is a nice place.
It is. I haven't seen a picture of myself up here yet, so we're gonna have to fix that. But guys, I'm your host, Brandon Hudson. We want to thank Jessica Adams for being a part of our show this week. Appreciate you so much. And to our far left, we have
Chet.
guys. What are you doing to become a champion?